What's good, people? This your boy Sippy King back with a video. On this video, I want to talk about a man without a woman makes them violent. And those facts. A man living his life without a lady for a long period of time makes them violent. And I'm going to talk about that tonight. I know this because I'm a man myself. But anyway, it's all part of psychology, right? Sexual psychology, man. Realize a woman was created for a man. God created man for woman, woman for man. And in these times, we are in a situation where the sexism is unbalanced. The sexism is unbalanced, man. Because realize you have more women on this planet Earth than men. There's 12, 13 women to 4 men on this earth, in this world, man. So put that into consideration. Think about this. We're living in the year 2024. You have over 50% of women in the population that's gay. Women don't like the broomstick no more. You understand me? They don't, man. And it puts men in a situation where there's less women to choose from. And the women that's straight, that like men, there's only a certain number of them remaining. But at the same token, over half of them not single. Half of them, I say 30%, 40% of them are married. 50% probably just out there doing whatever, or sleeping with anybody and everybody. Meaning there's less opportunity to find love. There's less opportunity to find a relationship. That's another reason why it's so hard to find somebody to get involved with that's sincere and real. So it's a slim chance that us single guys will eventually find somebody. It's very slim. You know what I'm saying? It's a slim chance to none, because we live in Revelation. We live in the last days. And I hate to bring the news to you, but this is a news flash. You know, most likely, most of us gonna die alone. And I hate to say that, but it's true, because you have an unbalance in sexism right now. You have over 50% of women that gay. And that's facts, man. If you agree with me, hit the like, subscribe button, man. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Tell me if I'm lying. If I'm lying, I'm dying. But anyway, the reason why a lot of guys are violent, because you know, you have a lot of guys in the corporate world that's making a ton of money. That's a whole totally different class of guys. They stand out more than the regular typical guys that live within the median, like in the middle range, you know what I mean, of the class of men. You know, the middle class of men are the men that go to work every day, that single, that living with a family member that barely getting by but still getting money, and they single, they by themselves, and they are in the streets. Versus you go to the third tier of men, which is in the street, trapping, that's just in the street, to be in the street, hanging out, drinking every day. You know, them guys right there, them type of guys right there, very rarely even get a woman, man. They may become lucky to get a woman. They may become lucky to become somebody guy. You know, being in a relationship, I say maybe once every year and a half. You know, if they lucky, maybe I say once every 2 years. You know what I'm saying? If you do the math, it's rare for a guy, a typical third tier guy in the street, to find a girl, a consistent girl. Yeah, your third tier guys in the street, half of them might pay for poo nanny, you know what I mean? Or some of them just do whatever they gotta do, you know what I'm saying? That's your third tier guys. Your second tier guys are working men that go to work every day, that's single. They come home every day, be by themselves, lonely. The second tier guys are the guys that women kind of overlook, because they are too good of guys. They're too honest of being guys. You know what I'm saying? But the third tier guys are guys in the street that drink every day, like I said, and they don't work nowhere. They trapping or doing whatever. Now some third tier guys, you know, get more attention, because on the fact that they're making a ton of street money. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women tend to cling to that. So therefore, it makes it hard on the second tier guys like me and other guys that work every day but single, and we getting by. You know, we doing our own thing. We doing everything we do by ourselves without no woman helping us or supporting us or being our backbone. And a lot of times, like when men become violent, it stems from the fact that women being rejected them their whole life, or being mistreating them, or women just call them ugly or woo woo blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And they get this. It started to fuck with their mental after so many years, so they turn crazy, and then they just start, you know what I mean, being violent toward people, trying to fight people, trying to unalive people, try to pop fire shots at people, if you know what I mean, with them firecrackers. If you know what I mean, I'm speaking in code because I can't say the G word because YouTube will block me, so I gotta watch what I say. But your second tier guys, like I said, like myself, you know. Some guys, you know, some of us guys, it'll fuck with our mental, and you know, after so long, you know, it'll make you go crazy, or you'll be did something crazy. You know, you'll be ready to fight everybody you see, or you'll be ready to pop fire shots at everybody you see. You know what I mean? That's why so many unalivings going on right now, because guys that's in the second and partially in third tier, which is street guys, who don't make a ton of street money. Some street guys don't make no money. They just out there turning up and drinking, you know what I'm saying, and chiefing every day. You know what I'm saying? Them guys right there don't really have no woman. They just out here in the street not getting the fuck, and they just frustrated, and they taking out their frustration on other people because they don't have a backbone in their life. They don't have that queen in their life. So that's the main reason why a ton of our crime is stemming from sexism. You know what I'm saying? Sexual psychology. So therefore, that's part of the problem. You know what I mean? The people that's up there in power, they know this, and they don't care. That's why they're promoting all these gay platforms and this gay terminology, because they want the men to continue to unalive each other. That's why guys are unaliving each other in these streets, because you know how what they say, when you have a ton of pressure build up, and if you can't release that pressure, guess what? You're gonna be very angry all the time. You're gonna be ready to become violent all the time. So a lot of times that's where that shit come from, if you fully understand me. See, I'm going deep with this because this is rarely talked about, but it needs to be talked about more often, because it's a solution. It needs to be a solution to the problem, because and the women need to hear this too and understand this, because the women in my shoes, I feel like the women need to lighten up in a sense, because that's the main reason why guys are the way they are. They are violent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you think about this. You know, if you don't give this man or that man a chance, what do you think that man gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And that's where a ton of our crime is coming from, because guys are sexually frustrated, and guys will do anything to take that off their mind. If they can't get it, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna turn to violence. And people, like I said, that you can learn that in psychology. You can look that up on Google. You can look at that. You can look that up in any psychology book. I promise you, you can. And that's let you see, that alone let you know I read up on information. I enlighten myself. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, baby. That's, you know what I mean? Listen, I refuse to be lost in the blind. But by me reading the things that I read, and I learn stuff that I learn, guess what? I'm sharing this knowledge with everybody that watching this video, and those big facts. Everybody needs to know this. Everybody needs to be enlightened on this. That's the main reason why our society is screwed up. You know what I'm saying? Because of this sexism, you know. And it's, you know, in a sense, it's not much you can do about it. But in another sense, it is something you can do about it by informing people. You know what I mean? Enlightenment, giving and sharing enlightenment to other people is very vital. And I promise you, it's a ton of people out here don't know nothing about what I'm talking about right here. I guarantee you. Because guess what? The average percentage of the population, I say 60-70% of people of the population, they're not informed of this. You know what I'm saying? You know, and what you have to understand is a man that been rejected all their life. You have even white boys. You have white boys killing themselves. You have white boys just walking inside Walmart and mall and go shooting, go popping shots, you know, unaliving a dozen people because they frustration and they mental up here. You know, them type of guys right there ain't never had a girl in their life. Them type of guys right now, them type of guys right there ain't never had no poo nanny. So get what? They're gonna go crazy. They're gonna pick up some fire and walk inside a mall, Walmart, and go to spraying. And that's real, man. That's part of sexual psychology, man. It goes on all the time, man. If you look back in history, it happens so often. It happened a couple times last year in Texas. A white boy walked inside a Walmart and just started shooting. You know what I'm saying? And he was a youngster. He was young. So therefore it will happen again eventually. And I hate to say that, but you know, it's frustration from men. See, it take a real man to explain and tell it like it is. Like, I promise you, you know what I'm saying? The average man that see this video, when they watch it and listen to everything I just said, they're gonna be like, man, you ain't lying. You telling the truth. Like, they know I'm telling the truth. Like, people gonna know that I'm telling the truth. Like, I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm telling it like it is. That's why, another thing, that's why it's so important you have to watch what you say to people. Because what you say to a man, if you're a woman right now, a lady right now watching the video, you have to watch what you say to a man. Even if the guy is ugly, still spare him, man. Because that same guy you call ugly or say he ain't nothing, that same guy, you might see that same guy 2 days later. You might be inside a mall. You might be inside Walmart. Guess what? That same dude that you just call ugly, I may walk in Walmart or the mall and start spraying on you. You know what I'm saying? You and everybody else. See, certain things you say to people fucks with their mental. People will go mentally crazy because people been calling them names and mistreating them their whole life. Those facts, man. Anyway, if you feel me, hit the like and subscribe button. And I'm going to end this video and I'm out. Peace.